Hi guys, and welcome to an open some paint with me video. I have got these new watercolours from Etsy and I thought I would open them on video. So we have some really cute packaging. It comes with a personalised thank you card, their sticker, and I love how once you take this off you end up with a little cute branded bag with all the watercolours in with their logo on, little drawstring, and then they have an instruction leaflet for how to use the paint, which turned out to be very useful. So I ordered 2 specific colours, and then I ordered a mystery pan set as well. So it's quite exciting to see what I got. So only 2 of these colours did I actually choose myself. The rest were a surprise. So they are all they're all quarter pan. Oh, I don't even remember now. Half pans or quarter pans. I can't remember what I ordered. And then you will also see in here I got 2 mini samples as well, which I think is a really nice touch, and each little one comes sleeved as well, so you can see its colour on the side. That did not focus. I feel like that could be a theme. This one was called Peacock, but they come with a little sleeve inside them, and then they're in their own little pan, and you can just see from the off how bright each of these colours are. I did decide to reorganise my minis to go at the end. My next one here, this one is really pretty. It is called Sparkle 2, so I believe having a look at the Etsy shop, there are several other sparkles as well. This one is Sparkle 2, and it is very sparkly. And I also managed to hold this one backwards, but it still didn't pick up despite my best efforts. Then we have Glitter Beetle. Some of these did not want to come out very nicely, the little packages. So this is Glitter Beetle. This one I realised when using it is one of the split paints, so that's a colour change. I had dealt with 2 of those. This one is called Confetti. I really love this one on the website. It is so sparkly. I really don't think camera does the sparkle much justice when you look at these paints. This one is called Vampire. This one you can kind of see from the off when I'm moving it. This is another one of the split paints. So depending on the light and the angle, they change colour, which is really cute. Then next up, this one, when I eventually managed to get it out, is called Wheat Gold. For some reason they'd go out really easy one way and not the other, and I always seem to get the wrong direction the first try. And then this last one, I'm not actually sure what it's called, because the label on it just says the number 3. And I did go back to Etsy and I can't find anything that relates back to this one. You can see me here comparing those 2 because they look very similar in real life, but they are slightly different colours. And then we had the first little of the minis, and that is Oxide, and then the second one is called Cloud. So I did wet them off camera and leave them to sit for a couple of minutes to activate the colour, because I didn't think that would be very exciting for you guys to sit and watch me wet the paint and then sit there watching them for 2 minutes. So Peacock first up, love it, absolutely blue. And what you don't see on camera ever is once these have all dried, on the right hand side I did go in again with a second layer, so I had like a comparison to what happened if you layered them up, because obviously some colours you get a better effect if you put 2 coats on, so I thought I'd try that. I absolutely adore Sparkle. This is the second one. It is honestly, on paper, such a pretty colour. It's sort of a very, very pale pink, but it is so sparkly in the light. Even when you just see it after one coat, which is the original one, it is sparkly. And then once you put the second, when I did the second coat, it is even sparklier. You won't see the second coat right until the end, but it is incredibly pretty and incredibly sparkly. I genuinely don't think that it gives it enough. I don't think this camera gives it justice. Next up we have Glitter Beetle. Now, I was suspicious with this one that it was one of these split paints, so it changes colour depending on the angle, so I swatched this one twice. So I did a square of it where I just painted it on like normal, but because I was suspicious that this one was a colour change paint, I then followed the instructions on that little card, and it says you should make the paper wet and then use the brush to drop paint onto the wet paper. I'm not sure if I wet my page enough or whether I dropped it on right, because it didn't want to drop, as you can see, particularly. And when I did get it on the one where I've dropped it in water, it is a very kind of patchy coverage. I think that is possibly user error as much as anything, because on the one above that I swatched, like a normal paint, it's got a lot better coverage, so I think that's me. But it is definitely, it sort of changes between purple and green depending on the angle. It's really pretty. Then we have Confetti. Confetti is one of the ones that I actually bought. It wasn't a surprise because I just fell in love with that colour when I saw it on the website. It looks, right now looking at this, none of these look very glittery, and Confetti, I can tell you, in real life is super glittery. That picture does not do it justice right now. Then we had Vampire. Vampire is another one of these split paints. I knew this one was split paint because I did look them up on the seller's Etsy beforehand to try and get an idea of which ones were split and which were metallic. So again, I have painted it on as like a normal one, and then I've done it with the water as well. Again, it's very, very patchy with the water. I think this one's ended up slightly patchy with my normal swatch, but the colour change in this one is fantastic at the end. Just again, it's one that the camera doesn't do justice, but in real life, when you turn the piece of paper, you see gold, you see oranges, you see reds. You see a little bit of it now because the pot looks orange and the page looks slightly more red, but in real life it's fabulous. I just need to get it as a more even coverage, I think. This one was wheat gold. This was just a metallic like all the others previously mentioned, if I didn't say they were split. Lovely solid colour, not glittery, but it is a metallic, so it's got no glitter, but it is metallic. Then we have number 3. I don't know if this one has a name that isn't number 3, but we're going to keep calling it that. Number 3 is lovely and glittery. It's a little bit more subtle than some of the others, and I'm not quite sure what colour it is. It's definitely got a green sheen to it, but head on the page like now it looks sort of like a purplish grey. I'm not quite sure. Then we have Oxide, one of the minis. I'm not quite sure what colour this is because it looks orange, and then if you get it at a different angle it's got a pink tinge. It's very, very pretty, but it definitely looks sort of orange. I assume it's meant to be a rust colour because it's called Oxide. Could be wrong. And then last up we have Cloud. Cloud is similar to Peacock except it's paler and it's very, very shimmery. I'm not sure if it's got actual glitter in it, but it is a lot more shimmery than Peacock. Peacock is shimmery, just not as shimmery as this. So I let them dry. This is sort of before I let them dry, just sort of hold them up so you can sort of see starts. You really can't. You can sort of see some of the shimmers, but not anywhere near what it is. And then now you can see I've labelled them all with names, and I have done the second half with another pass of the colour. Some of that shimmer is now coming through, but they are so much better in real life. I really don't think this video does some of these justice, and you can see me here trying to show you the shimmer and the colour change in some of these. Glitter Beetle absolutely is not done justice in this, nor is Vampire. None of them. Confetti is so much more glittery than that video makes it look. But honest, I love them, and I would buy these again. I hope you enjoyed.